single month I spend, I think my heart stopped. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mahua. Thank you so much for coming back. I know this topic is very requested because I also made a what I spend in a week in New York City video and how I afford to live in New York City as a 23-year-old. And you guys made that like the most viral videos on my YouTube channel. So I know this is very highly requested. Also, I stalk you guys because I look at my analytics and see what my demographics are. I know a lot of y'all are trying to move to the city or live in the city but don't know how to really afford it, budget. So I got y'all. I wanted to make this video because it is kind of uncommon knowledge, and I was watching Julia Faye's video of how much she spends monthly in her New York City apartment living alone, and I was like, that sounds like a good idea and a good video topic that I should also make. So before we start with this video, I just want to give a few disclaimers. I know a lot of people are going to comment saying, oh my god, you're living by yourself with daddy's money, your parents are helping you out. I'm not gonna say that they don't help me with things, you know, sometimes my dad buys my meat for me, sometimes my mom gives me food throughout the week, but at the end of the day, that's only a couple of dollars. For the most part, I am literally self-made. I've been working and I've been saving up since I was 19 years old. And I am a child of an immigrant, so I would never ask my parents for money when we don't have a surplus amount, you know? So this is all me. I have been working part-time jobs. I just finished my master's. I started a business when I was 21. I am an artist. I am a content creator. This is my first time being a full-time content creator. First month ever doing it. So I have been doing a lot. If you guys have watched my videos, this is definitely not really helped by anyone. Please like and subscribe before you watch this video because, again, this is my first month being a full-time content creator, which is crazy and very taboo for someone that looks like me. So please support in any way you can. So I also know that a lot of people are going to ask why I live by myself, why I didn't get a roommate, why I didn't just save money by living at home. I know my parents ask that all the time, and I think the #1 reason why people move to New York City is just how glamour it is. A lot of people think that they can achieve their goals and dreams here, and a lot of people think that they're gonna find so many better opportunities here, which is true for the most part, but also the price point for everything is just crazy. But at the end of the day, you can't really get the same opportunities in other places compared to New York for the most part. So when I moved out, I really wanted to move out just for my mental health, and I knew me being in a new space and being uncomfortable was going to force me to grow and eventually just force me to make more money, force me to learn about myself, and force me to actually support my parents and get out of my comfort zone. So that's the biggest reason why I wanted to move out. And I didn't want to get a roommate because I kind of just wanted to be independent, learn about myself before, first of all, getting married later on, second of all, depending on anyone else. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I moved out, and it's been about almost a year now since I've moved out. So thank you for joining me on this 1-year journey if you've been here since the beginning. I'm going to section out this video with how much I spend in a week. I did vlog basically the whole week's process, not too much, but I wanted to give you a rundown or a breakdown of every single thing that I spend in a week. This week wasn't too heavy with spending. Usually it is, you know, kind of all over the place, but this week wasn't too bad. And then the second part of this video, I want to kind of do a breakdown of my monthly expenses, all of the bills, my rent, everything, so it gives you a better look. I just really want to be very transparent and just help you move to the city if you really want to, or help you learn how to budget. I also made a video on budgeting in the city if you want to watch that. So I do this thing where I try my best to not spend too much money on food every single week, just because I feel like it's a lot better to just make the food at home, and it's easy money to save at the end of the week, you know? So on Monday, that is usually my work day. So I'm usually at home, I'm catching up on work after the whole weekend, and I'm kind of just getting back into it. It's the start of the week, so I try my best to not really go outside. But my friend did come over because we had to do dance practice, and I told her to get me food on the way from Chipotle. And this is my first time eating meat from Chipotle or anywhere, and so I've never had that experience before. She got me a Chipotle bowl. It was $16.82. I was baffled. I was shocked. I could not believe that people pay that much money and how much inflation has risen, because when I used to eat veggie, it was only about $12, and even a few years ago it was only about $8. It's just crazy. I know I'm going on about freaking Chipotle bowls, but the way this economy has risen, it makes my heart palpitate. So on Monday, after I spent that money, I was like, yeah, no, nothing else is happening this week. that was it for me. That was the last straw, even though it was just Monday. And then on Tuesday, I actually ran a few errands. I went to the gym, I went grocery shopping, and I bought a few things. So I went to the gym, and luckily I go to Blink Fitness, which is a pretty affordable gym because I used to go to LA Fitness, which was $40 a month. They had a lot of amenities. There's also Equinox, which is a little bit more high class. It's about like $300 a month. I prefer a gym that's, you know, affordable, where I can just get my workout in, and it's not a crazy amount each month. So I paid $6 this week. Every single week is $6. Is $24 at the end of the month. And then I actually went to Target to get some groceries. I usually go to my local store, but I just had too many things in my hand and I couldn't go to another store to carry more stuff from my local bodegas. So I got $54.49 in groceries. That is a little bit steep for me because I usually spend around $30 to $40 a week on groceries. But I kind of just had a food kick, you know? I kind of just wanted to cook everything when I got home. So that's why I got a few extra things. But again, it's not too crazy considering that's a week's worth of groceries. And third, I actually went to Starbucks because I had a gift card and I got an almond croissant and it was like $5+. Guys, an almond croissant was $5+ at Starbucks. But anyways, I had a $5 gift card, so I only had to pay 39 cents, which was a win in my book. You know, me just always saving money. The brown in me, the frugalness in me, you know. Next, I went to the dollar store to get some garbage bags. And I kind of spent a little bit more than I wanted to because I didn't have any cash on me. If you live in New York City, you have to carry cash with you all the time just to support the halal carts, support the dollar stores. You can't really buy those things with a card unless you have like a minimum. So I bought a box of garbage bags and I usually just buy the $3 one, but since I didn't have cash, I had to buy the $10.88 one because it had like 60 in it, you know. It's worth it for the money, I guess. It's gonna last me for a while. Finally, I bought some gifts on Amazon for a friend and I spent $27.58. I actually had a gift card also on Amazon. So I saved a little bit of money on that. I think at least $6 probably, but that helps at the end of the day, you know. So that was Tuesday. I think that was like my largest expense date, honestly, so I'm pretty proud of myself. And then Wednesday, you will be proud of me because I spent absolutely nothing. I just stayed at home. I literally just did work all day. And I'm extremely proud of myself because if you watched my other what I spent in a week video, I spent a lot and I spent a lot of gifts. All right, so Thursday, I actually had a Pandora event that I got invited to and I was really excited about that. So they gave us a $200 Uber gift card and I was so hyped because I never take Ubers because I usually just take the subway and that's fine with me. I don't have to spend so much money on Ubers. That's not my scene, you know? So since they gave me a $200 gift card, I was like, I have to use that. So I used that to go all the way to Manhattan. It was about $50. They covered it, obviously. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give a 25% tip because it's getting taken out of my gift card. You know, I still have $150 left. And then it charged my Venmo. So I paid $11.17 for my Uber tip. But that's fine, you know, it's going to a driver. My dad's also a taxi driver, so I get how that tip really helps at the end of the day. And then after that, I actually took my friend to Queens for the first time ever. She's never gone to Queens, which is crazy, considering that's like the most cultural borough next to like Brooklyn and Bronx. So I took her to Jackson Heights, and I actually had to go to a store called ISP. It's a shari place, and I got $12 worth of fabric because my best friend is getting married. And so she wanted me to make the sign for her, so I'm using a lot of fabric to kind of incorporate a collage type of design. You guys know my art already. That's what I always make. And then after that, we went to a store in Jackson Heights and we got a bunch of food. Like we want ham, but Jackson Heights food, like all of these stores that are in these pockets of cultural places, they're so cheap. It was only $9.50 for so much stuff. And so I tipped and it was $12.34 in total. Please don't gentrify these things. I'm not gatekeeping these places, but don't gentrify it because it's gonna go up to like $30 what we're used to. Don't even try. Friday, I was also proud of myself. I don't even know if I vlogged. I did work the whole day on Friday. I spent nothing, zilch, nothing. Saturday, I actually did some laundry and it was only $2.75. So it was $1.75 for the laundry and then $1.50 for the dryer. And that's actually pretty good. I actually have laundry in my building, so that's really helpful because sometimes I just don't want to get out of my apartment building, you know? So it's very convenient, and I'm very lucky that a New York City apartment has a laundry in the building. Sunday, I actually went a little bit ham on Amazon just because my partner is graduating soon, so I had to buy a bunch of stuff for him. And so on Amazon, I actually bought a fan for him because I have this fan, right? He loves it so much, so as his graduation gift, he requested a fan. So I got that for him, and usually that fan is about $80 something, but I had cashback on my Discover card, so I got it for $55.74. You know me, just racking up those points. And then again, I bought something else from Amazon for his graduation surprise, and I got $40.93 worth of stuff. It's just, you know, graduation decor, graduation cards, balloons, all of that. Something that is not really relatable to anyone else, but since I have a business, I have a few expenses every single week and month relating to the business, obviously. So I'm going to mention it. It is my biggest expense every single week, but I'm gonna still mention it just because this is part of the video. So the week of business expenses, which is like shipping price, how much it takes to make the item, the clothing, it was $479.01. So that is my biggest expense. It varies every single week and month. Obviously, I don't know how many people are gonna buy from me. So honestly, let me know in the comments if you guys think I did pretty well for this week. I feel like I didn't spend too much, but now we're gonna calculate it and see how much I actually did spend for this week. I haven't done it yet, so let's see if it scares me or if it kind of, you know, makes me feel happy. With everything that I said for this week, I spent a total of $730.11, which I don't think is too bad. The biggest expense, again, was the business expense that a lot of people don't really have unless you have a business. I feel like once I start adding up like the rent for the week and my bills for the week, that's when it's gonna get a little bit crazy. My subscriptions, my Google storage is $3.99. This is just because I have too much mail, I guess. This is just giving me more storage on my Gmail. My second subscription is Amazon Prime. I spend $16.28 every single month on Amazon Prime. Number 3, Spotify, which is $10 a month. I use Epidemic Sound for my YouTube videos, and that is $15 a month. And Apple, which is $2.99. This is for my storage on my phone, I believe. And I'm very lucky because like my Netflix, my Disney Plus is all connected to my best friend, or I borrow other people's accounts. So for the most part, I feel like my expenses for subscriptions isn't too bad, but it's really the small amounts, like the $2, the $3 that really add up if you have a lot. So make sure it stays at like a good amount, you know? So my memberships, I could only find one, and that was my gym membership. So that is $24.04 every single month, which isn't bad at all. And then my rent. So my rent is the crazy bulk of the month, right? But even then, the rent price that I pay isn't too much considering I've seen atrocious amounts in the city before. So what I pay is $16.50, and that includes the laundry in the building, includes an elevator, includes water and electricity. So I feel like it has a lot of amenities that a lot of New York City apartments don't really have, so I'm grateful for that. My bills for the month are my phone bill. So I have T-Mobile, I pay for me and my family's. I pay $287.32. It varies a few dollars every single month. And then I also pay my Wi-Fi for Spectrum, which is $54.99. That's pretty average, I guess. So every single week with my subscriptions, I only pay about $12 a week. My gym membership, I mentioned this before, I pay about $6 a week. My rent, I pay $412.05 a week, and my bills, I pay $85.58 a week. So let's see what the weekly expense with all of that is, and then what the monthly expense is. Sometimes I just like look at my monthly expenses and it makes me want to cry because I feel like I'm doing good. And then I look at how much I spend in my credit card statements. I was like, damn, maybe I'm not doing so good. I pay $1,239.74 to live in New York City for a week, which is crazy. I wish it was more affordable for the people that are coming here. And the people that live here, that have been living here, it's really not even affordable for the natives, and it's just so gentrified now. Oh wow, 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 wow. I feel like a lot of people think that when they move to New York City, the biggest expense is gonna be their rent. If they have their rent and security money, they're fine. But a lot of people don't count the expenses that it takes to live here and actually buy groceries and actually survive. So hopefully this is an eye-opener because I just made my calculations for the month. I think my heart stopped. Every single month, I spend $2,794.72. That doesn't even account for the money that I'm still paying off for my master's, my money for the bills, other expenses that I randomly have. Wow. I really just think about how inaccessible New York is sometimes, but I hope this video was kind of an eye-opener and it helped you, and I was transparent enough to let you know what it actually costs to live here. It's definitely not as easy as people make it on social media, and it's definitely a place where you have to grind, and seeing this expense just makes me want to work so much harder for myself and for my family, because sometimes at the end of the month it's like, oh shit, did I even make any money, or am I just losing money from living here and surviving here? But I hope you guys liked this video. Please let me know in the comments what else you want to watch. I also want to make a video about what I didn't know before I moved to the city. Let me know if you want to see that. Make sure you like and subscribe if you guys like this video, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok, Labyrinth Av. I literally post every single day. Like, I am on top of it, working hard. Please also check out my website. It's labyrinthav.com. I have a bunch of art in the back that I actually made, and you can find it on the website. And also check out my podcast called Difficult-ish. I have it with my partner, and I really hope you like this video. I'll see you guys later this week. Bye.